Hello, I'm Hal Ottaway with the Wichita Postcard Club, and it's time once again for another postcard of the week. And this week, I want to show you a cold card, one that shows the aftermath of the big fire on January 2, 1911, 114 years ago. And on that morning, people going downtown to work and so forth, they would have come upon this view there at the corner, the northwest corner of Market Street and East Douglas. And on that corner, the bidding block had terrific fire the night before. And this is the way it looked that next morning on January 2. You can see all of the ice that was formed on the utility wires outside. And firemen had fought the fire, they said in the newspapers, for 18 hours the day before. It was a big fire. It was a four-story building. There were several clothing companies inside. One of them was the Herman and Hess clothing store. There are other pictures of this building taken from the other side, and you could see their name, Herman and Hess, on the that had been painted on the outside of the brick walls of that building. Not from this angle, but from other angles when you look at pictures. But this was a terrific fire. The building had been built in 1878 by the Bidding family and early pioneers in Wichita, and it was just right down there in the center of town. I liked the card when I saw it on eBay. I was attracted to it because it had been published by the C.A. Tanner Company. And I realized that Tanner was an early publisher of Wichita postcards in their bookstore. The Tanner bookstore was on North Main, just about a block away from where the Herman and Hess and the bidding block had been. This building was demolished and then rebuilt. There's a nice big office building on that corner today, and I think it's still referred to with as the bidding building or the bidding block. My friend Jack Stewart, who was one of the primary author of our Peerless Princess of the Plains postcard book on early Wichita that we did with Hal Ross and Hal Ottaway and Jack Stewart in 1976 as really our being a part of the bicentennial for that 1976 year. But it was a fun thing, and out of the postcard book that we did came the Wichita Postcard Club was founded, and here we are all these years later. And I think this year is our 47th postcard show in October. This was a interesting card also to me because it's printed card. I had it in my collection in several examples, different poses and everything as real photo postcard. But this was the first time I had been able to own one that was printed. I like both types. I think it's interesting to have both real photograph and printed cards. And you can imagine that this would have been a good seller for C.A. Tanner around the corner at their bookstore on that week and the weeks after that. People downtown would have stopped in and purchased these cards to send to friends and family. It was just such a horrific fire. I don't know that I ever read about any lives being lost, but it was a horrific event in downtown Wichita all of those years ago. Well, that's it for today. I'll be here next week and try to have another probably historic Wichita postcard to share with you then. Thanks very much. Bye bye.